Hi guys, my name's Cherrymac. Once again, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are all fine wherever you're watching me from. And once again, I am here with another interesting video and I hope you're all fine wherever you are. So yeah, be ready, get set, and let's get to another episode of this Kikuyu channel or Kikuyu learning. I have something else prepared for you guys. I hope you're going to enjoy it. So before I continue, as usual, I want to give my special thanks to everybody, every loyal subscriber who've been watching me, who've been supporting me, and who have always been commenting or even liking the videos that I post. And anybody else outside there who've been sharing my content, I want to give you my special thanks and I want to say thank you again. Thank you so much for the love and the support you've been giving, and I'm looking forward to give you more and more content. And yeah, I hope you enjoy even this what I have prepared for you guys. So without wasting much time, let's get started. Now this video tonight is a continuation of the last episode that I had last time. So we are going to look at question forms, but we are going to continue from where we left. I was talking about question forms and how we say them in Kikuyu. So today is another continuation of question forms, but different kind of question forms. So get make yourself comfortable. Get a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a cup of water, whatever you have at home, and let's get started. Now, the first question form we are going to look at is what time? What time? Okay, sometimes we have people asking us, what time? What time will it be happening? What time? What time will it be happening? Or when will you be coming? What time will you be coming? Now, how do you say what time? What time is said dashigana. Dashigana. What time? Dashigana. What time will you be coming? Dashigana. Ogo kinya. Dashigana. Ogo kinya. Dashigana. What time will you be arriving? Ogo kinya. Dashigana. Dashigana. That is what time. Or sometimes you might even ask, what time is it? Ne dashigana. Ne dashigana. Dashigana. What time? What time? Dashigana. Da is like time or watch or clock. Da. What time? Shigana. What? How many or how much time? Dashigana. What time will you be coming? What time will you be coming? Ogo kinya dashigana. Ogo kinya dashigana. What time will you be coming? Ogo kinya dashigana. Now, I hope that is clear. What time dashigana? The next question form we are going to look at today is what kind? What kind? Sometimes we have questions like what kind of car is it? What kind of hair is it? What kind of a house is that? Modeborico. What kind? Modeborico. What kind? Muthemba. What kind of a car is it? Or what kind of a house is that? Gari ĩyo nĩ mũthemba ũrĩkũ? Gari, car, nĩ mũthemba ũrĩkũ? That car, what kind of a car is it? Or what kind of a car is it? What kind? What kind of a house? Nĩ nyũmba, house, nyũmba, mũthemba ũrĩkũ? Nĩ nyũmba mũthemba ũrĩkũ? What kind of a house is it? Or what kind of a house is that? Or is that one? Nĩ nyũmba mũthemba ũrĩkũ? What kind? Mũthemba ũrĩkũ? That's another question form that we have very often in our conversation. Now let's go ahead. The next question form that I'm going to look at tonight is how many? How many? Now, sometimes we ask, we have questions maybe, how many cars? How many beds? Or how many things are left? How many? How many? Shigana. Shigana. How many? Shigana. How many beds are there? Ne itada shigana. Ne itada. Itada are beds. The plural form of beds. Itada shigana. How many beds are there? Ne itada shigana. One bed gitada. Many beds itada. How many beds are there? Ne itada shigana. That's an example of a question using the question form shigana. How many? Shigana. Now, for example, another question, another example of a sentence with how much or how many, how many, you can say, how many shoes? How many shoes? Neirato shigana. How many? Shigana. Irato. Shoes. That's the plural form of one shoe, many shoes. We say irato. One shoe, kirato. Many shoes. We don't say many shoes, but we say shoes. Irato. Neirato shigana. How many shoes? Neirato shigana. How many? Shigana. Now, that's an example of a sentence using the word how much. How many. Now, the next one we're going to look at is how much. How much? How much? How do we say that in Kikuyu? How much? How much? Shigana. How much? Shigana. Simple as that. How much? How much is it? Neshigana. How much does it cost? Nebiashigana. How much is there? Neshigana. Shigana. How much? How much? Mostly if you use how much, you refer to something like the content of something or the quantity. So you just ask, how much? Shigana. And this mostly refers to money. So you most probably may be asking, how much is one bread? Mogatyoshio nebia shigana. Shigana. How much? Shigana. How much? Mogate oshio nebia shigana. Bia is money. Shigana. How much? Mogate, bread. How much is that bread? That's just an example of a sentence using how much, which we have already said shigana. Now let's go ahead and look at our next question form, which is how often? How often? How often? How do you say how often? Maita maigana. Maita maigana. How often? Maita maigana. How often do you go? That's just an example of a sentence using how often. How often do you go? Odhiaga maita maigana. Odhiaga is to go. Maita maigana. How often? How often do you go? Odhiaga maita maigana. How often? Maita maigana. Simple as that. How often? Maita maigana. Odhiaga maita maigana. Just an example of a sentence using how often, which we have said is maita maigana. How often? Or maybe you want to ask, how often do you go to church? Odhiaga kanitha maita maigana. Odhiaga, to go. Kanitha, church. Maita maigana. How often? How often do you go to church? Odhiaga kanitha maita maigana. And maybe the person might say, I go to church once in a week. Dhiaga, to go. Kanitha, church, once in a week. Rita rimwe, wiki. Rita rimwe, wiki. Once, rita rimwe, wiki. Dhiaga kanitha, rita rimwe, wiki. I go to church once a week or once in a week. Simple as that. Now, let's look at our next question form. And that is, how far? How far? How far? How far? Nekoraihu. Nekoraihu. How far? How far is it? How far is it? Nekoraihu. Just asking. How far? Nekoraihu. How far is it? How far is it from here to town? Kuma haha nginya taoni. Nekoraihu. Kuma haha, from here to town. Nginya taoni, to town. Nekoraihu. How far? How far? Nekoraihu. Maybe you want even to ask, how far are we going? Nitorathi haraihu. Are we going far? Or you can say, how far do we still have to go? Nekoraihu korea turathi. Nekoraihu. How far? Nekoraihu. How far? Simple as that. Now let's go ahead. The last question form that we're going to learn tonight is simply how old? How old? How old? How old are you? How old? Nemokoro. How old? Nemokoro. How old are you? We mokoro. Wina okoro wa miaka eigana. How old are you? Wina you okoro wa miaka eigana. How old are you? I might say I am 20 years old. Ndĩna ũkũrũ wa mĩaka mĩrongo ĩrĩ. I am 20 years old. Ndĩna, I have, ũkũrũ wa mĩaka mĩrongo ĩrĩ. I am 20 years old. Ndĩna ũkũrũ, ndĩna, me, or I have, ũkũrũ, the old, the years, wa mĩaka. Mĩaka are is the age. Mĩaka mĩrongo ĩrĩ. Mĩrongo ĩrĩ, simply 20. Nĩ mũkũrũ. How old? Nĩ mũkũrũ. So, or you can ask, how old is your father? Baba wanyu nĩ mũkũrũ. Or, baba wanyu ena ũkũrũ wa mĩaka ĩigana? How old? Nĩ mũkũrũ. Baba wanyu. Baba is father. Simply your father or my father or that father. Baba wanyu, your father, ena ũkũrũ wa mĩaka ĩigana? Baba wanyu ena ũkũrũ wa mĩaka ĩigana? How old is your father? You can answer and say, my father is 50 years old. Baba witũ, my father or our father, ena ũkũrũ is so and so many years old. Ena ũkũrũ wa mĩaka mĩrongo ĩtano. Baba witũ, my father, ena ũkũrũ, he is so and so many old, so many years old. Mĩaka mĩrongo ĩtano. Mĩrongo ĩtano is 50. My father or our father is 50 years old. And that brings us to the end of this question forms. And the last one being, how old? Nĩ mũkũrũ. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of this video. I hope you are able to come along with me. As you can see, it's not really easy to learn Kikuyu, but we are heading there. We are getting there. It gets complex and more complex, but all the same, we are heading there, and I'm going to continue and try my very best to make people or make you understand our beautiful Kikuyu language and also our culture. And again, I would still want to request from you guys, please, I am suggesting, I would love to hear from you. What would you love me to bring here in this channel? What would you like me to teach you? Please give me your own suggestions. I will so much appreciate to hear from you guys. Now, without wasting much time, thank you so much. And until we meet again next time, I'm wishing you all a beautiful weekend and a good start to the new month of November. Wow, we are almost done. It's almost 2021. We still have like around 62 days to close the year 2020. So until then, stay safe wherever you are. Take good care of yourself and also of your family and your other people. Sanitize, social distance, keep the social distance, and follow all the measures you're given. Until next time, goodbye and good night from me. Bye bye.